Hello, greetings everyone. Good Chodesh, good Chodesh. I hope everyone had an uplifting Yom Tov. Um, so we're here to make the greatest announcement of the century, a revolutionary new program, a breakthrough in Jewish education. Have you, you know, been a yeshiva student your whole life, but you never got it straight? You were bombarded with information and it wasn't given to you in a systemized way that you could file away in a organized manner. Do you really know what we mean by God, what we mean by Torah? Do you really know what is the difference between a Mishnah and a Tosefta? Right? Do you know what our Taryag mitzvahs are? And can you tell me where you could instantly find the information of that mitzvah in the Gemara, in the Rambam, in the Shulchan Aruch? Right? Do you know our history? Do you know where the Zakanim end, the Nevi'im begin, where they end, where Anshe Knesset HaGedolah end, and where is the cutoff point between the Tanaim and Amoraim? Do you know how Gemara works? What is the system that the Talmudic dialectic is based on? Right? Many people have just been through the Jewish educational system of 12 grades of yeshiva elementary school and high school and a few years base medrash and never got it straight. But not just you. Are you a newcomer to the fold, right? And you need to make up for lost time that you were not privileged to have a Jewish education, right? Or even if you had to drop out of yeshiva for a few years. All of the above, right? Here's a chance to get it straight and to have it well retained, right? Our Revolutionary Accelerate program is to, in a very systematic way, give an overview to all the issues that would be covered in 20 years worth of Jewish education. Right? And this there will be a few concurrent courses running at the same time. Right, you don't have to complete necessarily one to do the other, except the more advanced ones are later. But certain ones that are, that are not prerequisite to the others will be running concurrently. And if you could just invest 4 hours a week, you could complete this whole program in 2 years. But you don't have to do it in 2 years, and you don't have to do the whole program. There are options just to sign up for some of the courses. So the course material includes, right, the basic introduction to Judaism. What do we mean by God? What is Torah? What does Torah encompass? Why did Torah have to be given both in a written form? There's the Torah Shebachsav and the oral form, the Torah Shebaal Peh. What are the different parts of Torah? What's the difference between the Mishnah and the Talmud? What is the Kabbalah? What is the mission of the Jewish people? For what purpose were we chosen? And, what is the purpose of being Jewish? What is the privilege of being Jewish? What is our mission? And, of course, the 13 Ikrim of the Rambam that I happen to have written a very scholarly work on, but in this course will be offered, the main points of that scholarly work will be offered in a easily understandable condensed form. The 13 Ikrim that are the bedrock of Judaism, that I'll give away a spoiler. The purpose of the 13 Ikrim is this is what you need to know in order to understand that God is an absolute being and the Torah is an absolute truth and that it makes an absolute difference. And included in that is the mission of the Jewish people. Right? Our history, like we mentioned before, right? Who lived when? When did the prophets live? Which books did they write? Right? What an index of which each book of prophecy, what are the topics covered in the Nevi'im, and put it into a greater historical perspective. What was going on in the world besides what was going on in Jewish history? During the period of the judges, was it during the period of the kings? What was going on? What was going on in the world? Putting it all in a historical context. So it's getting our history straight. Our chain of transmission from Moses straight to Ravina Ravashi, all those 40 generations. Who contributed what, who lived when, who studied from whom, right? Getting the whole chain of our history and our chain of transmission, an overview to the books of Tanakh, like we mentioned, an overview to all the tractates of the Mishnayos. what topics are covered in each Masechta. Right? So now our 613 mitzvahs, we're going to go through them also, not just what they are, according to Rambam, but what are the main issues of the mitzvahs, and where would you find, those halachas of those issues of those mitzvahs? Where would you find it in the Talmud? Where would you find it in the Rambam? Where would you find it in the Shulchan Aruch? All right, so you get a whole picture, and quickly, you'll know where to find information whenever you need it. And included in this also is we will get into the laws of Shabbos in a very systematic way. The main principles like Gufa, Miskavein, Misasek, and in a very systematic way, the 39 avos machs, 39 categories of malacha, and what are their offshoots, all in a very systematic way that you'll know what the issues are. And if we don't get every single detail, which we obviously we don't intend to, right? Otherwise, it won't be a 2-year program. But you will know where to find those details. You will know where in our literature to go quickly and find it. You will, within a few minutes, be able to locate what you need to know, what you're looking for, because you're aware of the issues, you're aware of all the major issues in Shas, and you know where to find them. And we will also, anyone who joins this program, right, will also get unlimited access to a lot of material on our site that's password protected, and it's only for people who buy subscription, those things like, right, our whole audio system series on the entirety of the Derech Hashem of the Ramchal, our entire audio series on the entirety of the Nefesh HaChaim of Rav Chaim Volozhner, our audio series on the Moreh Nevuchim, our audio series on many other topics, including for those who are initiated and worthy. We will give consideration, giving access to our audio series on the Otzros Chaim Rav Chaim Vital, and much, much more. So this program will launch in just 2 weeks. Wednesday, November 9th. It's easy to remember that date. It's the day after the midterm elections. So the day after is when this program launches. But in the meantime, visit the site daily. It's our address is on the screen over here, evanshasir.com. Visit the site daily to get updates, to register for the Accelerate program. There's a special discounts. You want to sign up for the whole 2 years ahead of time. Right, and if not, you could do a year at a time. If you want, you could do a monthly subscription. And there's also the option of just signing up for some of our courses and not all. Right, so all this will be posted in good time on our site. Please check the site. Between now and the midterm elections, good way to remember it. And this launches on the day following the midterms. May Hashem help, which will be successful. This will bring clarity and a real solid grasp. So at a very accelerated rate, a person could make up for lost time or finally make order out of the sea of information in his head that might be very disorganized, and you get a solid grasp and control over the Torah and the main topics therein, and the rest is just details. And we will also teach you how to find where you can expect to find those details when you need them. May Hashem help that we will increase Torah knowledge and a intimate connection with the Torah. Right? Not just generic knowledge that but knowledge that can be probably properly retained and absorbed, and it will make you feel such pleasure that you're in control of a topic. Right, and where to go to do further research. Right, this will be a tremendous tikkun. And check the site to sign up.